Hello everybody, especially Gary. I can't believe I'm still working on this HW30 gun stock. I'm embarrassed to even turn the camera on and let you all see that I'm still at it. Look at this, is just the last, well, this is probably yesterday afternoon's oil cloths. Each one of these represents 4 to 6 applications of oil, and there's 3, 4, 5, say half a dozen of them here. What I took to doing, and really I think in your own projects, it's important to be aware of what's going on and pay attention to the materials and how it's working. So, you know, my standard advice, I've written about it on my website, mentioned it many times here on this channel, is multiple thin coats. If you apply a thick coat, it's just going to cost you a lot of time in sanding all that stuff off the top of the wood. And typically, you know, this part of this gun stock, it finished up, I don't know, 40 or 50 coats or so. It's been done for a week or more. All of this is done. But the butt stock, I guess the curved shape of it intersected the open grain pattern of this particular piece of wood. And they're monstrous caverns of grain holes that were just taking forever to fill, and I can see sanding dust in here because I just started to see this. This is what it was looking like. You'd be like, dude, it looks like a finished gun stock to me, but it's not really. It's all goopy, because what I ended up doing is I just had to be like, we got to get this grain filled, and I don't want to resort to sanding slurry, you know, making a mud out of sanding the oil and wiping the sawdust with oil into the pores of the wood. It ends up giving the finish a speckled look. It's not really representative of how the wood was. I think it muddies the result in terms of like the brilliance of the colors. And if there's any figure in there, the effect the sunlight has on it, making it look like it's rippling, those aspects of Northern California black walnut are what are so highly prized, and they're really best demonstrated with pure oil finish. It's thin, it's sanded down in between, you know, every half a dozen coats to keep it from building up on top of the wood. Anyway, you've heard me espouse this before, but in this case I just started wiping it on really thick and heavy across the direction of the grain, just trying to fill the grain, and that took lots of applications, and I'm not sure I'm completely there yet, but it's way better, way more filled than it was before. Now I got to be very careful to try to sand down to the top of the oil in these cavities, but not sand so far as to reveal new unoiled cavities elsewhere, because then all of a sudden you just put yourself back another week. So I'm going to try to be pretty judicious. I'm going to leave some little bit of grain pockets that need to be filled. They're really tiny at this point. So that's what I'm doing. Hey, I'm really excited. I got my new Core Essentials gun belt in the mail today. So I got it cut and I'm wearing it right now, and feels pretty comfortable. Got all my tools loaded up on it, and a lot better than the thin nylon belt that I'd been using forever, actually. I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this. It's probably like holsters, though. It probably won't be my last gun belt, but I think it was a good choice for my first one. It seems like gets lots of good reviews. Lots of people have talked about it on YouTube and gave it a favorable review, and seems nice. So I'm gonna turn the camera off and get back to sanding on this. I just wanted to give you all an update that darn it, I'm still at it, but almost there, and I'm super excited about these next two stocks that I'm working on. One's already carved. We'll be finishing that soon. I got another one to carve here in a little bit. I got a little upgrade I want to make to the machine, so I got a couple other projects that I might also bring you along on. I did get out turkey hunting this morning. Got out there before false dawn and got set up, and well, I don't know where the birds were this morning, but I didn't hear any fly down happening. Excuse me. And there was no hen squawking. Didn't get a gobbler to return my call. Picked up after first light, after the sun was actually on the field. I picked up and relocated another hill over and fished. That's my other thing. Hunted tree line on that next over the next hill, and didn't hear any response to my calls. So I got out of there about 8:30 and made it into town to take care of some paperwork, and now, well, here I am back at the sanding shop. So thanks everybody for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That really helps out my very tiny little channel. But I got a lot of stuff I want to share with people in the next, while, hopefully years. I think I got a lot of techniques of tool manipulation things I do and material working things I do that I look forward to sharing with people, and hopes that some of you can find it valuable and maybe shorten your own learning curve on some of the kind of projects I do, from telescope making to aircraft structures, composite things, and heck, gardening. Got my garden in 5 yards of new soil. I carried 2 yards of it by 5-gallon buckets to put it in my upper terrace. All right, my girlfriend tells me I've got to start showing my face on the camera. I just think the wood is more interesting than my silly mug, but, maybe I'll have to do that at some point. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.